Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewinski and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Now, today marks yet another day of Russian air attacks on Ukrainian territory. Overnight, Kiev's Air Force reported that it shot down and neutralized more than 80 drones over Ukrainian cities. 5 people were wounded in Russian attacks on Nikopol, the Dnipro military administration reported. According to local officials, since last evening, Russia has been hitting the city with drones and artillery. Moving south, in the Kherson region, 8 people were wounded in a Russian shelling attack, including 3 firemen and rescue workers. On the front line in the Bakhmut sector, the Russians have been pushing deeper and deeper into the Donetsk region. And according to Russian military experts, Moscow's troops have about 8 kilometers left to Konstantinivka. In the Pokrovsk sector, Russian military personnel carried out an unsuccessful large-scale assault east of Myrnogorod. Turning to the Middle East now, Israel's emergency services said at least 65 people were wounded in Iran's latest wave of strikes on the Soroka hospital in the south of the country. 3 people are in serious condition. 42 sustained minor injuries from shrapnel and blast trauma. Now, Iran's state media says its main targets were an IDF command and intelligence headquarters located next to the hospital. Meanwhile, Iran has accused Israel of striking a heavy water reactor facility in the western county of Kondab. The Israeli military said it had targeted the nuclear reactor in the area overnight. Iran's Atomic Energy Organization described the attack on the facility, originally known as Arak, as a renewed violation of international law. It added that Israel's threats and attacks have been repeatedly reported to the International Atomic Energy Agency, the nuclear watchdog, but the organization has not taken any action. There have been no casualties at the site, and there is no risk of radiation to residents in the area, the group said. Now, Israel consistently says Iran has been pursuing a nuclear weapons program, posing a potentially catastrophic threat to the entire region. In the face of growing hybrid threats and an increasingly unpredictable eastern border, Poland is making rapid progress on one of the most ambitious defense initiatives in modern history, the East Shield. Stretching over 700 kilometers along the borders with Russia and Belarus, this multi-layered protective system is more than just a barrier. It is a strategic transformation of Poland's entire eastern flank into a fortified, high-readiness zone. Now, the fortifications include anti-tank obstacles, reinforced bunkers, minefields, and physical security elements that hark back to the Cold War but are adapted to today's realities of drone warfare, cyber threats, and sabotage. In June 2025, Polish authorities confirmed deployment of active minefields near the Kaliningrad border, marking a significant escalation in the scope and seriousness of the project. Now, these minefields, while controversial to some, are seen as a vital countermeasure against potential infiltration and mechanized threats. However, East Shield isn't just about static defense. Integrated into the project are advanced surveillance systems, drone detection networks, chemical defense units, medical aid stations, and even upgraded digital infrastructure to support both military and civilian use. The system is designed to enable rapid response and troop movement while denying access to hostile forces, a concept known as area denial. What was once a quiet stretch of borderland is quickly transforming into a modern defensive bastion. Backed by over €1 billion of funding, including significant support from the European Investment Bank, the project reflects both Poland's national security priorities and its frontline role in NATO's Eastern defense posture. Military officials emphasize that this is not a political symbol, but a concrete deterrent, visible, credible, and functional. As one general put it, this is defense you can see. And for the communities living along the frontier, the shield also brings enhanced infrastructure, new cell towers, and a renewed sense of national solidarity. In a world where wars begin with sabotage, misinformation, and unmanned incursions, Poland's building a line of defense that is physical, technological, and psychological. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has officially confirmed the launch of a long-range ballistic missile of the Sejil class at Israel. This is Iran's first confirmed use of a solid-fuel two-stage missile of this range in the current escalation. Now, some detailed specs. The Sejil is an intermediate-range ballistic missile with a range between 2,000 and 2,500 kilometers, payload capability of up to 650 kilograms, and speed at re-entry at anywhere between Mach 12 and Mach 14. The launch of Sejil is more than just another episode of the conflict. It is, in fact, a signal, not only for the territory of Israel, but also facilities deep in the Middle East and even parts of Eastern Europe. All of these locations could actually come under attack using this missile. This is Iran demonstrating that it has not only suicide drones and Shaheds, but also high-speed strategic weapons that can avoid air defense systems.
بله همکنون شاهده این نمیدونیم چیه این چیه اصلا داره اینجوری میره بالا
One second. This is how long a handful of Ukrainian soldiers had to step aside and stay alive. Otherwise, the story would have ended with a video of a Russian FPV drone flying right into their faces. The drone ultimately hit the ground a few meters behind them. Presumably, a self-destruct mechanism was triggered, or signal loss took it down. But the fact remains that the soldiers were separated from death by mere fractions of a second, a few meters, and, well, good reaction times. That was literally a near-death experience, but also brings up a very important issue. Russia ramping up production of drones, manufacturing literally thousands of them every single day, and also using components taken from countries like China, which has been indirectly helping the war effort. And every now and then you also get these drones, take them apart and see some electronics from Western countries, which is a problem if we do not want Ukrainian soldiers to be exposed to such adventures. Perhaps ramping up the sanctions on the export of electronics could actually do the trick. Just a thought. And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.